explain about how to introduce ourselves in
French.
okay. But before we started, um, we would like to introduce ourselves. His name is
My name is Marcel,
okay.
and this lovely woman is Salsa.
Okay. So Marcel, if you want to introduce yourself in French, um, how? Can you tell me?
Well, first and foremost, I think you should introduce your name
Okay. Name,
and your age,
age.
where do you live,
Okay.
and maybe what do you like, as in your hobbies.
Okay. So first thing first is you have to tell your name.
Yes.
How do we say? How do we tell your name
In French.
in French?
There are two ways. You can say je m'appelle or je suis. Both of these are correct. You can use it whichever you want. For example, you can say je m'appelle Salsa or je suis Marcel.
Okay, but for Je suis, we know that for nationalities, right?
Yes.
Like the example is Je suis Indonesian.
Or if you're from England, you can say je suis anglais.
Okay. So for the name is clear, and then the next one is where do you live? For where do you live, we can say Jabit, right?
Yes.
Jabit. So for me, I live in Purwokerto, so I say Jabit a Purwokerto. We have to add a, right?
That's the particle you say before the location of the place.
Okay, so if you want to tell us your address, you have to use a. It's a must.
Yes.
So the next is age.
Age. Age, you can say ja 11 ans,
Yeah.
which means I'm 11 years old.
Okay. So can you tell me about your age?
What, in English or in French?
In French, of course.
Well, how old am I? Well, this year I'm turning 20.
Oh, and how do we say 20 in French?
You say, I forgot.
Vingt.
Vang.
Yes.
So you would say I'm 20 in French would be je bonbon.
Yes. And for me, I'm still 19 years old, so
Yeah.
if I want to tell you my name, it'll be Joy. I cannot
Joy.
pronounce it.
Je is when you want to introduce yourself,
Okay.
and je is when you want to tell someone your age.
Okay, listen to Marcel, guys. So, je 19.
This
Tom.
this enough Tom.
Okay, so Marcel is
20. I'm turning 20 and she's still 19.
okay. So, for the age is clear, and then for the things we like,
So what do you like?
I like sleeping.
That's a biological fact.
Yes. How do we say I like sleeping in French?
J'aime dormir.
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 So M stands for like, I think.
It's like or love depending on the situation.
Okay. But besides of aim, I think we can also say it as like j'adore.
You can say j'adore
J'adore.
or je préfère. If
Je
you
préfère.
yes.
Je préfère is like two things.
When
can
you have to
write.
choose two
Yeah.
things and you prefer that one over something else, so
Okay.
Yes.
Can you give me the example of je préfère?
je préfère au cinéma, which means I prefer going to the movies.
Okay. For the j'adore, I will give the example. J'adore la musique.
which means I like music.
I really like music, and then gym, dormir, which means I like sleeping.
She really likes sleeping.
I do. So I think that's all from us. And but Marcel,
Yes.
I think can you give me like tips, like a few tips
Yes.
if I want to study French? Like, yeah, can you give me the tips?
Well, the first I think is try to listen French people when they're speaking because they
Okay.
have a certain way when they're speaking. There's a rhythm, and also if you can also watch French movies. That also helps.
Listen to French music also helps.
Yes,
And I think yeah, you have to practice more,
Yeah.
right?
practice and also be familiar with the language.
Okay. I think I will explain more. Like we also, you also can try to speak French, right?
Yes, you can learn and speak whichever you want.
Yes. So I think that's all from us, and
Yes.
I hope that our video will help you guys if you want to learn, study about French,
Or just want to know about the language.
yes, because I think French language is really beautiful, and
It's certainly interesting.
yes, and we can say that French language is kind of romantic, right?
It does sound romantic.
Okay, so yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
I hope
That's from us.
we hope that it will help you guys.
Yeah.
Bye.